Victorinox Pioneer X. I love these things. Got a couple of them. So these run around somewhere around $50, give or take, I believe. Well worth the price. These ALOX models too, a little bit more burly than the plastic covered counterparts. They got, I believe, stronger springs and then thicker tools, like the blades thicker. I think all the tools are just a little bit thicker, a little bit more durable. Nothing wrong with the plastic ones, but I think that these ALOX ones are that much better. So these are 3.7 inches in length, so it'll fit into any one of your pockets, and 3.7 ounces. So actually, you know, fairly heavy. I mean, it's worth the weight though, I believe. I'm not sure what the plastic ones are. They're probably a little lighter. So I'll go through each and every one of these tools real fast. So first up is the bottle opener and 5mm screwdriver, which acts as a nice, I guess, a scraping tool as well, but then also like kind of a little pry bar. And it also has a wire stripper here, right there. I've never used that. I don't think I've ever used a wire stripper on a Victorinox knife. I might have tried to. Very handy though, and it also is on a half stop, and I guess you could say a full stop. Good spring retention there, and then also half stop there. And I don't think that the plastic models have that half stop. I could be wrong. And if they do, they don't have quite as strong as a spring. So it's well worth the extra money to get the ALOX version of these knives, in my opinion. Okay, next is the can opener and 3mm screwdriver here at the tip. Pretty classic tool. I use this a lot. This and the scissors get used the most. But it's also sharp here, so you could use that for some kind of scraping as well. Maybe a little carving if you're carving on something. All right. Next is the awl. And you can use this as a scraping tool or just a piercing device. It's pretty sharp. It's got a nice edge, single bevel. It's good for kind of scraping things or piercing things, like if you're sewing something up. It does not have a sewing eye in it, but I don't really ever foresee myself using it for that anyway. Unless you're trying to sew up your bag or something thick. But then even then, if you needed to start a hole for your needle, if you were sewing something, you could use that as well. Just be careful you don't make too big of holes. But it's a nice tool. All right, so next is the scissors. These are great to have. You know, if you're out and about, you start getting any kind of blisters or whatever, you need to cut some moleskin, mole foam. You could use your knife, but this does a better job. And then for the tape too, because you can nicely shape your tape so you don't leave any sharp edges. And then any other thing, I mean, I've cut paper, like sheets of paper with these too. So the scissors are very nice. I think the Farmer X has pliers, which would be great, but I'd rather carry a small pair of pliers and then have scissors attached to the knife as opposed to the other way around. So I think this is the better way to go. But, you know, this is a good tool to have in your gear bag for sure. All these nice tools. And last is this very nice blade, kind of a drop point, classic shape pocket knife blade. Very usable, good all the way around, very slicey, pretty thin. I don't know what the dimensions are, how wide they are. But like I said before, I do have other, like the plastic version, plastic covered versions of these Victorinox knives. And this is a thicker blade, and these definitely have stronger back springs. So good retention here, because, you know, it's a slip joint. You know, there's no lock on this. But very good retention. And then ergonomically too, when you're using it as a knife, it's pretty darn good. And these also come, I think this handle size comes with a single blade. So even if you just wanted like a single bladed pocket knife, I mean, I might pick one of those up sometime. See if I can get that thing to focus there. But yeah, anyway, I think these are an indispensable tool to have with you. I carry this all the time. I have another one. I have like it was like a Camelus. I think it's a Camelus US knife. You know, it says US on it. They used to issue it to the military. I have one of those too. Maybe I'll do a review on that. It's pretty much the same design, same tools, but everything's just a little bit different. I do prefer this Victorinox over that. Just a little bit more refined. I think a little bit more comfortable in hand. And the tools are a little bit more refined. But I really like the can opener on these. I use it a lot. And then the scissors as well. And it's got a good blade. But generally, I always have, let's just put this down here like that. I got my Proxy with me, Benchmade. So you kind of see there. But I always have a regular folding locking knife with me. So this blade really doesn't get a whole lot of use, but it is a very useful blade. If I keep it sharp, you know, it's good for cutting all sorts of things. Like, I don't know, you could cut the tape with it too very accurately, very cleanly, very slicey. Maybe some food prep. Yeah, so it's just a really good tool to have. The only thing is that weight, 3.7 ounces, might turn some people off, but you could always get the plastic handled version. Still get the same tools. I don't think it's good, as high of quality or as durable, still high quality, but then you're probably going to cut an ounce out of it, I'd imagine, all the way around. There's just less metal in those. Yeah, just take another quick look at it. I think it's a good looking knife. I think it's comfortable in hand, very useful. I use the screwdrivers a lot too, actually. Your other option is like a Leatherman, but those are great. But the weight's what keeps me from carrying those on me. Leave it in the vehicle. All right, well, y'all have a good one.